Hey, what's going on?
You need to go check on that toilet.
What's wrong?
It stinks.
Well, I can make it smell fabuloso. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Fabuloso to clean out the inside of your tank. Now, I know a lot of people use Fabuloso for a lot of different things, but I'm going to show you that by taking a toilet brush or a toothbrush, it's definitely not a toothbrush, so it must be a toilet brush. I'm going to show you how to use this to actually clean the inside of the tank too. That way, if you've got smells inside your bowl, but the bowl looks clean, it actually could be coming from inside the tank. The first thing I'm going to do is turn the water off, and I'm going to gently set the tank lid out of the way. Now, if you're in a customer's house, you may want to set it on carpet. You may want to lay down a rug. You may want to do anything at all like that because you definitely don't want to break the tank. If you can't replace it, they're going to want you to replace the entire toilet. Trust me, be very careful, this does happen. So now that I've got it, the water's turned off, I'm going to raise the handle, and what that does is it raises the flapper, lets all the water out except up to the bottom of the flush valve, which is fine because I'm going to use that water in there along with some Fabuloso. Now, read the directions. Okay, really, I can't read. It says to use 1/4 of a cup of Fabuloso to a gallon of water. Literally, I'm just gonna pour about 1/4 cup in there. It doesn't take much. Now, there are some great videos out there where people will take these and actually poke pinholes in the Fabuloso and actually set it down in the tank. Now, if you've got a small enough bottle and there's enough room, that's a great thing to do because it will slowly release the Fabuloso into your tank and it's going to get down in your bowl every time you flush it, and that's actually going to make things smell better. But since I've got that in there, what I'm going to do now is just take the brush and just kind of get it all moved around. That way I get it mixed real good. And as you can see, the water's turning purple and the funk up and down the bottom is all gone. Now, if I had stains or anything like that up and down my tank where I've got mold, mildew, bacteria, anything like that growing, I could actually take this brush and come up and down. Now, you may want to wear gloves, you may want to wear glasses because you don't want to get any of this in your eyes, but you want to get in here and get to a point where you can literally, and as you see it splashing, you want to get in here and get to a point where you can literally get to all the places in the bottom of the tank. Now, like I said, the inside of this tank isn't too bad, but we did have discoloration and crud already starting to grow down on the very bottom. Now, one thing you can also do if you don't want to mess up the flapper, go ahead and get it out of the way. Now that gives you more room to work. Now, if it's an old flapper, if you've had it a while, if it gets soft or anything like that, it may be a good time to change it out. Now this is where I'm going to tell you another trick, and this is a really good one. If you've got a toilet that does not flush real well, meaning when you flush it, sometimes water doesn't come down enough, it doesn't push everything out, you can pull your flapper out and pour vinegar down inside where the flapper is. What that does, that water is going to come down and it's going to get in the rim of the toilet and actually clean out a lot of the calcium and magnesium buildup if you have hard water, or if you've got mold, mildew, bacteria, anything like that growing in there, it'll get in there and it'll actually stay a while and help clean all that out. What I recommend is if you are cleaning the inside of the rim out, pour the vinegar in there, let it set for about 30 minutes, and then turn the water on and flush it, and everything should do much better. Okay, so we've let everything set for a little while. I'm just going to kind of come back in and stir everything up a little bit more, see how everything looks. I'm brushing what areas I can get to with this big brush. This is where I told you You may want to get a toothbrush in there if you've got areas that you can't get in. With this flapper out, and the handle pulled up out of the way, you can actually get down in there. Again, if this really is an old toilet that's been there a while, you probably want to wear rubber gloves to protect yourself. But these toilets are relatively new, and really I'm just doing this video to show you what to do. So now I'm gonna put the flapper back, and if I have gone to buy a replacement, I want to carry this one with me to make sure that I get one the exact same size. Now that I've got everything back in place, and I'm checking my handle to make sure my spring, and I'm checking my handle to make sure my chain is not got down or cannot get down in there and let water leak around the flapper. But everything looks good, so I'm gonna go ahead and reach down here and turn the water back on. Now you see how dark that is? We did actually have some buildup on the bottom of the tank. And remember, whenever I was in there scrubbing, some of that water got down in the bottom where the flapper comes, so it goes all the way through everything. And now that it's full, let's flush it out. Here's another trick too. If it is nasty up your tank, take a little nail and poke you just a few holes in the top of the lid, and then you can actually spray this all around the inside of your tank, and you actually have control of where it goes. You're not just trying to pour it, you're actually spraying it in there. So in this video, I actually showed you 3 different things. I showed you how to use Fabuloso around the bottom of your tank to clean all that out. I showed you how to use it as a sprayer to get it along the side so it can go down and coat everything. Do that before you let it set. And then I showed you about pouring the vinegar in the middle where the flapper goes. That way it gets in the ring and actually helps clean out the mold, mildew, and bacteria, or the calcium and magnesium in your bowl if you're having problems there. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Si no te tiran, por el inodoro.